Welcome back to Simply Sports Science, the home of clear, simple and powerful explanations for everything you need to be successful in IB sports science. Today we're exploring one of the most elegant examples of nature's engineering, levers, and in particular levers within the human body. Every kick, lift or jump you perform is powered by a lever, but not the metal kind you find in a toolbox or in a wheelbarrow. These are living levers built from bones, joints and muscles, designed to convert effort into motion. So let's start by thinking about what a lever actually is. In physics, a lever is a rigid structure that rotates around a fixed point called a fulcrum. Levers allow us to move a load using an applied force by changing the size, direction or speed of that movement. In your body, bones act as these rigid bars, joints are the fulcrum and muscles provide the effort. The resistance or load is usually the weight of your body part or an external force like a dumbbell or a football. So every time you move, you're using biological versions of simple machines to create complex, coordinated motion. To understand how these levers really work, we classify them into three types: first, second, and third class levers. Each has a different arrangement of the effort, load, and fulcrum, and that arrangement determines how the lever behaves. So let's break them down one by one and connect each type to a real sporting example from sport and exercise science. Let's begin with the first class lever. In this system, the fulcrum sits between the effort and the load, a bit like a seesaw. Depending on the distance between these points, a first class lever can either generate more force or increase speed and range of movement. In the body, one of the clearest examples is in the neck. When you nod your head, the top of your spine acts as the fulcrum. The load is the weight of your head, and the effort comes from the neck muscles at the back. As those muscles contract, they pull down on one side of the lever, lifting the head back up on the other. It's not a big movement, but it's mechanically precise, allowing you to control the position of your head with surprising efficiency. So now let's look at second class levers. Here the load sits between the effort and the fulcrum. And this setup means the lever can lift heavier loads with less effort, so it's mechanically efficient. The trade-off is that it produces less speed and a smaller range of motion. The classic sporting example here is when you stand on your tiptoes. The ball of your foot acts as the fulcrum. The body weight above acts as the load, and the calf muscles provide the effort through the Achilles tendon. When those muscles contract, they pull upwards on the heel, lifting the entire body weight over the toes. And it's a powerful arrangement that favours strength. That's why this lever type is ideal for explosive push-offs, like a basketball player jumping for a rebound, a sprinter driving out of the blocks, or a ballet dancer riding on point. Second-class levers are also rare in the body, but they're critical when maximum force output is required. And now we reach the most common lever of all, the third class lever. In this type, the effort is applied between the fulcrum and the load. This design doesn't give you as much of a mechanical advantage. In fact, it requires more effort to move a load, but the benefit is speed and range of movement. Most of the body's levers are third class, and this makes sense when you think about it, because of the purpose of the human body in motion. We are built for agility, for precision and rapid movement, not just brute strength. A perfect example of a third class lever is the bicep curl. When you flex your arm, the elbow joint acts as the fulcrum. The biceps apply the effort on the radius, and the load is the weight of your forearm or the dumbbell that you're lifting. Because the effort is applied close to the fulcrum, a small contraction of the bicep creates a large, fast movement of the hand. That's a third-class lever, sacrificing force for speed. The same principle applies when you swing a bat, throw a javelin or kick a football. Your body's levers are configured to amplify motion and velocity, turning muscular effort into this explosive performance. So let's pause just for a moment and connect this to a broader concept, the concept of mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage refers to how effectively a lever multiplies force. If the effort arm, the distance from the fulcrum to where the muscle applies force, is longer than the load arm, you gain a mechanical advantage for force. If the load arm is longer, you gain a mechanical advantage for speed and movement. Second-class levers give a mechanical advantage for force, whilst third-class levers favour speed and distance. That's why different levers serve different purposes within our bodies. Some are designed for power, some more for precision. Now let's think about how this plays out in sport. Well, when a gymnast performs an iron cross on the rings, they rely on first-class lever systems in the shoulder to maintain equilibrium. When a cyclist is pushing hard on the pedals, they are using second-class levers through the ankle and foot to generate high force efficiently. A tennis player's serve or a footballer's kick relies heavily on third-class levers to generate maximum racket or foot speed. And understanding these lever systems helps coaches and athletes optimize performance by training specific muscle groups, by refining technique, and by improving the mechanical efficiency of our movements. For example, strength training can increase muscle force production, allowing the athlete to overcome the disadvantage of short effort arms in third-class levers. Biomechanical analysis can also adjust body position, changing joint angles to momentarily increase mechanical advantage during key phases of movement. The beauty of levers in the human body is how seamlessly biology and physics works together. Bones provide rigid structures. Joints give flexibility and range. Muscles supply the power. And together they create a system capable of both immense strength and graceful precision. Every jump, throw and stride is the product of perfect lever design, where angles, distances and forces all coordinate to produce movement that's efficient and controlled. So let's summarise the key ideas from this episode. A lever is a rigid structure that moves around a fulcrum when an effort is applied to move a load. In the body, bones act as levers, joints are fulcrums, and muscles apply the force. First-class levers have the fulcrum between the effort and load, like the neck or triceps at the elbow. Second-class levers have the load between the effort and fulcrum, like the ankle when rising onto the toes. Third-class levers, the most common type, have the effort between the load and fulcrum, such as the biceps at the elbow. And mechanical advantage depends on the relative lengths of the effort arm and load arm, influencing whether a lever favours force or speed. So the next time you sprint, jump or swing, remember, every motion you make is powered by this invisible network of levers, refined by our evolution to turn muscle force into movement. It's biomechanics in action, and it's what makes the human motion both powerful and efficient. Thanks for watching Simply Sports Science. If you found this helpful, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our IB Sports Science content. We've got revision guides, exam tips and clear explanations to help you be successful. And don't forget to visit us at www.simplysportscience.co.uk. Join us again next time where we'll keep making sports science simple.